All right, welcome, everyone. My name is Joey Palomino. I am your customer success lead here at Switchboard. I'm the guy you want to ask questions to if you have them. I can provide demos, help you out with whatever you need in terms of your Switchboard account or just live streaming in general. Really appreciate anyone who's joined from our social media accounts today. I'm really happy to actually use Switchboard to stream out our webinar today. So really happy for anyone who is tuning in and watching today. So thank you very much. But we're gonna show you some of the new features today. Some of the features that I'll show you, you might already be familiar with, but we have kind of revamped some of our features like our StreamShare feature, templates, authorizing destinations. So within this today, I'm gonna be running through a quick demo. I'm gonna be showing you some of those new features. And at the end, we'll be kind of going through some questions if anyone has any. So definitely save some time for that at the end. But again, thank you. And my colleagues will actually send me questions. So feel free to drop a comment below or wherever the comment section is on the social media site. So, all right, jumping in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you my Switchboard account. Alrighty, so many of you might be familiar with Switchboard workflow, but this is a Switchboard workflow. There are kind of three moving aspects to your Switchboard workflow. The first is your encoder. This is the product, or could be software, could be a piece of hardware that is generating your content. Could be a pre-recorded video, could be live video, audio that you're streaming into Switchboard. So as you can see within my Switchboard account, I already have a feed coming in for one of my colleagues. They're sending it in from actually another state, which is nice. So the way it's connected, Switchboard connects to your encoder is via this information right here, your RTMP URL and stream key. This is a bit of information that allows Switchboard to talk to your encoder. So as you can see, I have the video present here. That is because I inputted this information in, well, Rebecca, my colleague, inputted that information into her encoder. So the second aspect in that workflow is Switchboard itself. So we ingest the video into our servers in less than a half a second. We don't do any transcoding of any kind. So it gets sent out at the same quality that you send it into Switchboard at. The third moving part would be the destinations that you're sending the video to. And we'll jump into that in just a moment. But as you can see, Rebecca had turned on the encoder and just sending a test video into my Switchboard account. So the first thing you would want to do is click Create Group. This creates a brand new group right here in the middle of the screen. And we'll get to create VSS group right after this. That's one of those new features that I was going to talk about. So as you can see, I have a group created, and a group is just a way to organize your destinations into different pairings so that you have them in a way that you want presented on the page. So I'm going to go ahead and add some destinations to this group right here. If I click Add, it pulls up this menu right here. So you have three options: new destination, existing destination, and stream share. In this instance, if you just want to add a brand new destination, we're going to choose new destination. So for now, I'm actually going to authorize a couple of these. I'll do for my Facebook. The cool thing about our Facebook API is even though you are like logging in as yourself, you can add any of the pages or groups that you are an admin of, which I'll explain in a second. See if I can remember my Facebook password here. All right, so now that I logged into that Facebook through the API, the authorization, it allows me to choose if I want to post as myself, a page I manage, or a group. So I'm just going to choose myself for this particular instance. And you'll know that it's successfully done. You'll see the green check mark, and you go and click Close. And now you will see that one destination located here in the group. I'll go and do the same thing for YouTube, just so I have a little group of destinations here that I can stream to for the webinar. And in this, obviously YouTube is connected through Google, so just make sure you're logged into the right Google account that YouTube page is connected to. So let's go and choose one of, actually my personal one right here. Just want to follow all the prompts. And same thing with Facebook, you want to see that green check mark. So I'll go ahead and click Finish here. So now I'm going to show you how to add a few existing destinations. Existing destinations are destinations that were stored in your Switchboard account that you might have used on a previous stream that you want to stream to again that might not already be on your workflow. So to do that, we're going to click any of the links in that green bar. We're going to choose existing destination. And as you can see here, I have a ton of existing destinations within my account. I'll go and choose this YouTube account. See what else I got here. I'll go and choose my Twitch. And choose this one as well. Let's see if I have any more on this other one. All right, so just go and click done. And it takes a second to load, but the destinations will eventually appear on that group of destinations. If you ever want to remove any of these destinations from your workflow, you can always click the white X over here on the right. Now, if you do click the white X, it doesn't completely remove the destination from your Switchboard account. It keeps it stored so that you can add it in as an existing destination later. Now, I can always add another group of destinations here. If I click create group again, I'll just name it new group for now. And I can have a brand new group, and I could just organize it in a way that I could have certain destinations within each group. So I'll actually add a couple there, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like here. Let's see if there's any new ones here I can add. I'll go and add my LinkedIn. All right, so now that I have a couple groups here, now I can click go live to the destinations here. So it will send this video to all these destinations. Now, before I do that, I want to apply a template to the group. A template is your video title, video description that you can set up all within Switchboard. Many of you might be familiar with this feature already. However, we have revamped it, which I'll actually show you some of those features right now. So we're going to actually go in and build a template. So first thing you want to do is click on that menu at the top left-hand corner of the screen. I call it the hamburger menu. And we're going to go and select templates. So in this instance, I'm just going to choose a brand new template here, clicking the plus sign at the top right-hand corner. That creates a brand new template for me. I can delete this. I'll just do test and then today's date. And then I can put any private notes in here if I want to, but this information right here is just for your organizational purposes. None of the viewers will actually see this information. So now down to the stream information section. This is the information that will actually be pushed to your social media destinations. And as you can see, we have a bunch of different title fields. We do this mainly because each platform, such as Facebook, YouTube, do have different character limits, as you can see right here. So we wanted to customize it so that it fits under those guidelines. And so in this instance, I'm just going to copy and paste the same title field into all my different title fields. Category, this is really pertains to YouTube. In this instance, I'll just choose music for now. Now, if you are streaming to Twitch, you do have the ability to choose a Twitch game as part of the API. So I'm not going to be streaming to Twitch today, but say I'm playing Xbox and I'm streaming one of my games, I can do so. I can choose the game right here. Now, description, this is a way for you to promote the stream and let people know what the stream is all about. So I'm just going to do something as easy as please, well, actually, just a thank you for tuning in. And you can put in anything like a link to fundraise money if you're doing that for a stream, really anything you want in there that pertains to your stream. And then you have the tags at the bottom. So this is metadata for YouTube. All you need to do is type in the word and press enter. So you notice there's no save button on the screen. It actually automatically saves within your Switchboard account once you create the template. So now that I have this template applied, I'm going to go and actually apply it to one of my groups that I'm going to stream to. So click back on that hamburger menu. We're going to click on workflow. So this right here, I'm just going to hit that pencil logo. And then, well, actually, I'm going to go and add it to this particular group. And I have to scroll down. I have a bunch of different templates that I've created. So I'm going to choose the one that I created today, 9/15/22. And it has all the information right here. And by clicking on that pencil logo on the group, you can always edit the template directly from here. And then I'm going to click Save. And that effectively will add the template to the group that you're streaming to. Now I can always add a different template to this group. I'll just add one of these default templates here. I'll click Save. So the beauty of having those multiple groups is you can send different templates or different titles to the different groups. So the viewers on these destinations will see this template, and the viewers on these destinations will see this template. Again, it just allows you to tailor the messaging depending on which destinations you are streaming to. Now, in terms of groups, now say I don't need this group anymore, I can always click on this menu right here, and I can always, that minimizes it. But if I click on that pencil, I can scroll down to the bottom here and click Delete Group. That completely removes the group from the Switchboard workflow. You can always add in those destinations to this group or another group later, but it just effectively removed the destinations and group from that workflow. That comes in handy if you don't need those destinations anymore, and each stream is different. So another thing you'll see on this group bar is this refresh logo. By clicking this checks the authorization of all of the destinations on that workflow. So say you had changed your password for any reason, it would basically deauthorize it, like these two right here. So, but I can always go back through the authorization. Click here, and those were old destinations I was streaming to. So it just comes in handy and allows you to just keep that information up to date so it won't affect your stream. I'll do the same thing with this YouTube page. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to actually jump back into the template section and show some of the things that we had changed within there. So we actually used to just have this title fields. And like I said before, we have all the different title fields, and you can have a different template. Like I copied and pasted the same information, but you can have a different title field for each particular one. Now this one right here, this is a kind of a blank title field. It will be used for any destination outside of any of these. So for instance, like LinkedIn would be using that because we don't have a title field in particular for LinkedIn. And we recently added that Twitch game one that was new, and also the category for YouTube. That was something that we relabeled just to make it a little bit more just obvious that you're going to be using that category for YouTube. So if you guys have any questions about the templates, again, feel free to drop any questions in the comments section of our live video today. And also, all of your templates will be stored over here. And I have a ton right now, but I can always come in here and click that pink trash can, or it's a white trash can, and that will delete the template. I would only do that if you think you're never going to use that template again. So back to the hamburger menu, we're going to click back on the workflow. So I already went over the creating group. If I need to create another group, I can do so here, which I did, and I can always add new destinations. So now on to our viral StreamShare, or VSS. So traditionally, if you wanted to use StreamShare prior to our new VSS feature, you'd have to click on the new destination, and you'd have to choose StreamShare and go through the prompts of like filling out your title information and inviting people that way. So we've completely revamped the feature, allowing you to easily send out a link, allowing people to easily opt in their social media pages. So I did get a couple questions here, but I'll actually cover those right after we go through this viral StreamShare demo. But really appreciate any the questions that have come in so far. So just a little bit about StreamShare, and just give you a use case. So say I'm a church, or I'm just like I'm having a meeting just like this online, and say I have a guest joining me for my stream, and I'm obviously streaming this to all my Switchboard pages right now. But say that guest that's joining me on this meeting wanted to stream the page to all of their social media pages as well. So in a world where StreamShare didn't exist, you'd have to call them up or email them. They'd have to send you their credentials for YouTube, Facebook, or whatever destinations you want to stream to, and you would have to authorize it. But with Viral StreamShare, we're going to click Create VSS Group. All right, so you'll notice this white bar appears right here. And so the first thing, that's my computer doing that. And first thing we're going to do is click on that Viral StreamShare link. So this pulls up the Viral StreamShare menu. And this is the link that you will be sending to people for them to opt in their social media pages. The authorization is done completely by them. You never see any of their login information, their login credentials. So it's a completely secure way of just getting your video out to more people. I can tailor the messaging on the page. As you can see, I've put in Joey's channel, and then I put something as easy as please share your social channels. Let's go and click save to make sure that information stays on the link. But if I click on the link, this is the link that I'll be sending to people. And obviously that information is tailored on the link right here. And I'm actually going to send this link off to my colleague, Rebecca, and she's going to show you how to basically authorize the StreamShare destinations to my Switchboard account. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this here to my clipboard, and give me just 1 second. I'll go ahead and send that information over to Rebecca. All right, so we're just actually waiting for Rebecca to jump in so she can share her screen. Give me 1 second and I'll make sure she has the ability to jump in. But again, if anyone has any questions about StreamShare, we're happy to answer them at the end of the meeting here today, the end of the webinar. We have some great use cases for StreamShare, which I'll explain in just a moment after Rebecca goes through the process here. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen to allow Rebecca to jump in and show you how the Viral StreamShare link works. Hey, Rebecca, can you hear me?
Hi, Joey. Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Thanks for jumping on.
Me. 1 sec. I am.
Awesome. Nice to see you. Well, cool. Well, yeah, really appreciate you jumping on. Just want to show everyone how that Viral StreamShare feature works. I sent you the link, and I want you to show people how they can really authorize their pages to my Switchboard account. So I'll leave it to you now and go through the process.
Sure thing. Okay, so let's see. I have the link and I will share my screen. Thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome.
Yep,
Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, Joey shared with me his Viral StreamShare link, and he's asking me to share my social channels with him. So it's real simple. All I have to do is click on one of the icons, select allow.
And it's essentially taking Rebecca through the same authorization process if I were to natively be authorizing my pages, but obviously it's she's not a Switchboard user. If I'm sending this link out, like those people do not need to have Switchboard accounts. All they need to do is just have access to their social media accounts. Sorry to interrupt, Rebecca.
No worries. So as you can see, I logged into Facebook and I can select any of these channels myself or as a page. I'll select my Facebook page. We're moving right along. It's real simple. Next, I'll do Twitter and couple clicks. And as Joey had mentioned, it does help if you are already logged into these channels within the same browser. Let's see what's next. Twitch. Let's see if I can do Twitch. Awesome sauce. So you can see this my Twitch channel, and you'll just select the authorize button. And pretty much within less than a minute, I've authorized Joey to go live to these social channels. And yeah, it's pretty simple, real easy. And the great thing about it, so if we're discussing the same content and he has me on as a guest, when he goes live, he'll be able to go live to the social channels that I've selected for him to go live to. If I don't want him, like let's say I accidentally authorize my Twitch channel and I don't want him to go live to that channel, I simply will click here, bam, delete, confirm it, and there you go. But I'm going to add it back, just like that.
That delete feature comes in handy if like Rebecca only wants me to stream to her channels for just one stream, and then after that, like she can come in here and just delete all the destinations accordingly. So, I mean, you can send this link out to as many people as you want, and you can get as many pages into your workflow as you need to. So, but yeah, just make sure that once the person has actually shared the page, they should see that shared by and then all of their pages. If they do not see, if it doesn't bring them back to this page, that means the destination was not successfully authorized. And another thing with this, like if you're streaming, if you're sending someone an invite for YouTube, that person does need to have live streaming enabled on their account. They can still authorize their, well, actually, they won't be able to authorize their YouTube account unless that person does have live streaming enabled. So just keep that in mind when you are sending out that link to people. And you can put in anything in here in that particular title information at the top of the page that really just kind of gives people an instruction on how to go through. If you need any help with this, Rebecca or I are happy to show people one-on-one. We have an awesome customer success team here, and we're really excited to really make our customers maximize their workflow here. So
I'm gonna send Rebecca, it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate it. And you don't have to stay on the meeting if you don't want, but feel free to.
1 second. All right.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. What's this one? Yep. Cool. All right. So now that Rebecca shared her pages with me, those destinations will automatically show up in this workflow. And now if I'm streaming to my pages, and I'm actually going to refresh my screen here to make sure everything is up to date. All right, so now that Rebecca has shared her pages right here, her destinations are labeled as shared by Reb E, shared by Rebecca Test User. You will know StreamShare destinations are successfully shared because they will say shared by, and that's a good way of knowing, of distinguishing between like a StreamShare destination and your own destinations. Now, these destinations don't necessarily have to live in this group. They can always be moved around. So if I hit this white X over here next to Rebecca's YouTube page, I can go in up to this group up here, and I can add it in as an existing destination to that particular group. Let me see if I can find it here. I know it's around here somewhere. There it is. Perfect. Done. All right, so that's just how you can move the destinations from group to group if you need to. And I can always come into my destinations section at the top here. And I can remove and deauthorize any destinations that were authorized in my Switchboard account. So I can actually manually remove Rebecca's destinations and completely unauthorize them from my destinations menu. And we do have a way to filter the destinations on this page. So if you want to know like which destinations are on each workflow, you can do so right at the top here. Now that actually brings me to my next topic here is the multiple inputs or multiple workflows. So I showed you this is one RTMP feed going out to X amount of destinations that you want to stream to. So if I drop down this menu, I can click Add Encoder Workflow to create a brand new workflow. I already have some created here, but I'll actually jump over to this other one right here. And so you notice the workflow looks different. It has different destinations shared on here, and it actually will have a different stream key that makes this workflow distinct. So having multiple workflows, a couple use cases. You can use it as a backup workflow, just in case like the encoder stops on workflow number 1, you can fire up a second encoder on workflow number 2, have the same destinations authorized on this one. It also comes in handy if you are running multiple concurrent streams at the same time. The use case behind that, think of a company that has multiple departments. So say Department A schedules a stream the same time as Department B within that company. So instead of like have them fighting over who's going to stream, they can actually both stream at the same time. So Department A could use workflow number 1, and then Department B could use workflow number 2, and you can stream to those same channels on each workflow. So it really comes in handy and really allows you to run more streams and get as much content out there as possible. So back to my main workflow here. We have our auto start feature. So if I turn this on, what that means is destinations will automatically start once Switchboard realizes the encoder is sending video. So right now, auto start would not work because I'm already sending content. In that case, I would actually have to click the green go live button next to each destination. But if the encoder is off and you have auto start turned on, it actually saves you the time from even having to log into Switchboard, and all those destinations will automatically start for you. Use case behind that, say you're using a mobile encoder on your phone, such as Lyrics Broadcaster or Switcher Studio. Before you leave your house, you can set up everything in your Switchboard account. So all you need to do when you're actually out in the field is click go live within your mobile encoder, and Switchboard will take care of the rest. That auto start feature will allow all of the destinations to start. And once you stop the encoder, the destinations will automatically stop as well. So really awesome feature that we've gotten a lot of really great feedback on that. So definitely want like people to ask questions if they have them about auto start or any of the features that we talked over today. So I'll actually cover some of those questions that came in. All right, so first question, can Switchboard change protocols of an incoming source to make it ingestible to a destination if its native protocol isn't right for where it's going? I will come back to that one. Definitely going to think about that one for a second. That is a good question though. And this other question that came in, does it make sense to have 2 feeds under the same group going to the same place as a backup, or if one goes down or has an error, so will the other? So there is ways to go about that. So a use case behind this particular question is our custom RTMP destinations. So just to explain that, we have a way to add a destination where you're manually configuring it as opposed to logging in through like Facebook or YouTube. So I can have that RTMP right here and manually grab the information from like Facebook or YouTube. A lot of people use this for Facebook and YouTube scheduled events because those events will have their very own stream key. So you can always like create a custom RTMP that will tie to a specific event. Now, if I were to like schedule an event on this YouTube page using an RTMP, there would be a different destination here. But I can always keep this destination on the workflow as a backup, just in case like that RTMP destination goes down. You can use that particular YouTube as a backup. I do not foresee that you would have that instance, meaning the destination would go down, but in any case, you can always use the API destination as a backup. Now this, if you were to go live to just this YouTube, all I would do is start an event, start a stream on that particular page. It wouldn't tie it to any scheduled event. That's why a lot of people like using that custom RTMP feature. All right. So I'm still thinking on that other question. Rebecca, do you have a good answer for that first question?
Let's see. So it's asking, can the switchboard change protocols of an incoming source to make it ingestible to a destination if its native protocol isn't right for where it's going? What it sounds like is you're trying to change the protocol, and basically Switchboard is a pass-through application. So right now we support RTMP. So if you send something in, we're going to send it out via RTMP in the same format that you send it in. So there isn't a way to change the protocol to change how it's coming into our platform. I think that answers your question. And thanks, Matt, for sending that in.
All right. So another question, I really appreciate that, Rebecca. So another question I got is, what happens if all the destinations don't start? So that could be an issue with like your authorization. Like you might have like changed your password on your YouTube or Facebook, in which that would remove the authorization. So you just need to hit that button, like I showed you before, that button that allows you to kind of check the authorization on all the destinations. It's a refresh button. That I would always do that before each stream, just to make sure that you don't have any destinations that have like been deauthorized for that reason. So just wanted to mention that. But there will never be an instance where like all the destinations don't start. There could be an instance like with LinkedIn. If you're not approved for streaming through LinkedIn, even though you can authorize the destination in Switchboard, if you're not approved for live streaming, the destination will not start. It'll stay in that starting 1 out of 2 phase. It won't actually start the stream for you. So those are the couple instances where like I would foresee like all the destinations wouldn't start. But yeah, all our destinations are designed to start when you click go live, or if you have auto start turned on and you send in the feed to Switchboard. So. All right. Rebecca, is there anything else you wanted to bring up or talk about today during the webinar?
Oh, yeah, sure. So in regards, if you scroll down to the Viral StreamShare group, you can see that some of the destinations that I have there, they still exist. So because Joey sent me the link and I've authorized those destinations, if I were to go in and say, that I don't want to share any of those destinations with him anymore, they'll automatically remove themselves from the group as the person that's opting in. So I'll go in and delete my destination.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And when Joey refreshes his page, you'll see that one of the destinations that I removed as the person that's sharing has been removed from the group.
Yep, there's only 2 there now.
So that's one of the benefits of using Viral StreamShare. The person that's opting in has the ability to control when they're sharing and when they're not sharing as well. Yeah, and you can also apply templates to the Viral StreamShare group as well. So
awesome. Oh yeah, and if you click on that pencil, you can apply a particular template to whatever destinations, as Rebecca mentioned. And I can always come in and delete this group as well.
Yeah. So, with some planning beforehand, you can really execute a successful show if you haven't done one again. It's kind of cool to like gather your friends or colleagues or what have you to take part and just, explore it, live streaming and expand upon it. Because it is still, it's still it's still a technology that everyone is taking part in. So it's a great way to take it to the, take it as far as you can. Just try everything that you can, and you can do that with Switchboard and all of our features.
Appreciate that, Rebecca. One more thing to add on to Viral StreamShare is we essentially want you to use this for your community and create a community around your Switchboard usage. So we really want you to send your video out to as many pages as possible and really go viral. And the term we use is broaden your reach. So if you're only confined to streaming just your channels, only your followers are gonna see that video, and it's just you might get caught in a stalemate in terms of getting new followers in the process. So with Viral StreamShare, you can get some friends, fans, followers, like colleagues. You can send them the StreamShare link, and not only you sending the video to your followers, but you're sending the video to their followers. So you're getting a whole new segment of people, and you can always in the template put your social media handles in there, just really allowing you to promote yourself. So we really want that to build that community around StreamShare. So if anyone has any questions about that whatsoever, we are happy to help. That is actually all I had to cover today. Really appreciate anyone that tuned in today. I think we might have gotten another question. Oh yeah, I got, what is current latency? So the latency we have is actually less than a second. So from the time it actually hits Switchboard, it is being sent out to the destination in less than half a second. Now, it does depend on the destination, is when the viewers actually see that content. And just keep in mind that the confidence monitor will typically be about 5 to 10 seconds behind, but you might see about maybe a 2 to 5 second delay on the destinations, and that is common latency for any live streaming in general. So just keep that in mind. And at the beginning of your streams, just to account for that latency, I would recommend putting up a poster graphic or a countdown, just so when you start the stream, people don't actually just see your face, and you can really get a preparation and good production in there. So another question I got is, can you schedule an event from Switchboard to Facebook? So not right now. No, we do not have a scheduling feature within Switchboard. However, if you go to Facebook and create a scheduled stream, schedule an event, that event will have its own studio, and you can connect it to Switchboard via that custom RTMP destination I showed you before. And that way, you're not streaming just to your page, it ties it to that scheduled event. So, yeah, and we did get a response from Matt. Really appreciate you the participation in the meeting today. But we're happy to meet with you one-on-one to make sure all your needs are met, because I know your situation is a little bit different than what people have traditionally. So I'm happy to meet with you one-on-one to get you all squared away. And anybody else out there, feel free to email me directly. It's just joey@switchboard.live, and you can also email success@switchboard.live. Another question that came in: can you stream to a website? So yes, as an easy answer, yes. So we do offer an HTML5 player at an additional cost on top of the Switchboard subscription. You just have to contact us directly, and that would be like an enterprise type account we would set you up on, where we just need to know how often you're streaming, how many minutes you're streaming, how many viewers you're expecting on the website. There are free ways to go about that too. Like you can always embed a YouTube or Facebook stream. Like when you are live on YouTube, you do have the ability to get an embed code. But if you are looking for an HTML5 player or even just HLS, definitely reach out to us. We can talk through the details with you. But really appreciate it. I've actually, our colleague JT feed me questions from our social media sites, so I really appreciate him helping out behind the scenes here. Yeah, obviously really appreciate Rebecca coming in and helping out as well. It doesn't look like we have any more questions coming through. We'll probably have another one of these. We'll definitely have another one of these webinars here soon within the next few weeks. So we'll be sending out more correspondence on that. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help and make sure all of your needs are met in terms of your live streaming experience. But we actually might have a question coming in. Let me check here. All right, actually, it wasn't a question. It was just JT telling us that we did a good job today. Hopefully, everyone else thinks that as well. But I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Happy multi-streaming. Yeah,
I just want to jump in and just say, if you do need to reach us, please feel free to send in emails at success@switchboard.live or support@switchboard.live. And yeah, we're happy to help you get out there and multi-stream.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great rest of the day. And thanks a lot, Rebecca, and happy multi-streaming.